Welcome back, Colts Nation. With it being Wednesday, it's time to talk about the playoffs and what needs to happen for us to get in. And because this is week 18, it's going to be a little shorter than what we're used to, but this is what we're looking at so far. The Ravens have already locked up the 1 seed. The Dolphins and the Bills are playing each other this weekend to see who's going to get that 2 seed, right? Who's going to win the AFC East? That's an important matchup for that regard. Then you have the Chiefs, who already won their division at the 3 seed. And of course, the Browns, who have been in a wild card spot for a while. They're at 11-5. They've already clinched the playoffs. They're already in, and they're going to be that top spot in the wild card. So at this point, it's basically whichever team wins the AFC South, that's the team that's going to end up hosting the Browns. And what we're looking at right now is the Jaguars at the 4 seed. And the Colts have had opportunities to take the lead in the division, just like Texans have had opportunities to take the lead in the division. But neither team ever able to capitalize on the opportunities that they've had. So when you're looking at the Jaguars, their playoff probabilities, if they lose, 21%. If they win, basically guaranteed lock to get in, right? They would win the AFC South and they would be in. Okay, their current chances are sitting at 73%. Okay, then you look at us. We're sitting in the 7th seed. We've been sitting in the 7th seed for quite a while now. And if we lose, there's a 1%, less than a 1% chance we get in, right? If we lose, we're out. That's basically how that goes. We lose, there's no way we make the playoffs. If we win, we get in one way or another. Either we win the division because the Titans are able to upset the Jaguars, or we win and we stay in the 7th seed. And our current chances to get into the playoffs are sitting at 47%, which I don't really understand going into the weekend when we're playing at home. We're already in the 7th seed. How is it not above 50%? Seems a little weird. That's, because we're the Colts. That's just the way that one goes. But then you look at the Texans and what the Texans are working with, and there is a lot of the same. It's basically the exact same that we were just looking at with if they lose, they're not getting in. If they win, they do get in. And right now have a 53% chance to get into the playoffs. So there's absolutely no wiggle room here for the Colts, right? Look at what the Bills are. They're 10-6, right? They have 1 win above us right now. If they lose, they have a 63% chance of still making the playoffs. If they win, they're in. Obviously, their current position is 85% to make the playoffs. And I don't know all the different tiebreakers. I don't know if we'd end up above the Bills, if they end up losing and we end up winning. Do we go to the 6th seed? I don't know the answer to that. But I do know that in that instance, we would have the same record. And with that, we could end up in the same position, which again, no wiggle room. Right, then you look at the Steelers. Steelers are playing the Ravens. The Ravens could be sitting a lot of their guys. The Steelers could come in, pick up an easy W, right? And then that would give them 10 wins on the season. And since we already beat the Steelers, we have to maintain having a better record, or at least having the same record as them to stay above them. So beating the Texans this weekend, all important, right? This is it. You've played all season long. We've talked so much this season. At the beginning of the season, we weren't even talking about playoffs. We were just talking about, we were one of the young. I think we're the 3rd youngest team in the league. Let's just get a lot of these young guys experience. Let's go into the 2nd season with Anthony Richardson and really start to build around him. That was the way the year started. But here at the end of the season, obviously Anthony Richardson has been injured, but we've had a lot of really young guys that have had to step in and step up, and they've done just that. It hasn't been perfect this year. There have been a couple letdowns, right? Cincy and Atlanta, two letdowns this season. But what we're looking at is week 18. You win this game, you get into the playoffs. And this is what it's all about with Coach Shane Steichen, everything that he brings, everything that he's brought to this team. And it just feels like this is the moment, right? This is the moment where everything that we've talked about, the potential for everything that we could be, this is what we're going to see. Are we going to be good enough to win the game that you have to win? At the end of the day, that's what we're really looking for. This is playoff football. You want to be able to win the game that you need to win. So we'll see if we can get it done against the Texans. This is a battle of two teams that were never supposed to be anywhere near where we are right now. So it's going to be a great game this upcoming Saturday. It's a prime time game. I don't know about you. I can't wait for it, man. I'm very excited for this weekend. You let me know your thoughts on everything down in the comments section. Of course, I appreciate you stopping by for another video. And as always, take care of yourself, take care of each other, and go Colts.